Oh, rings time for us as broadcast. Okay, it's another alien disclosure. I'm not sure if that's going anywhere. They waiting for Jesus to come back. It's like, yeah, good luck on that. But you never know; anything's possible. It's timeline correction, so that's more like the world government energies. I always have to go after the government and some Nancy Pelosi cockroach that's running around. You know, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It does. Trust me, I've seen it. I think it's. Wait, you want that truth? Anyway, world government timeline correction, basically, so it's connected more to what's going on here, releasing all the deception in some form or another. Procyon star, that's like the brightest star in, I forget where, but the brightest star somewhere. And I'll show it a second. And then I can't remember. Let's see if I have it here. It is in Candace Minor. And then Carina Constellation. Weird about the Carina Constellation. I'm getting energy is like, why are you even contacting us? So that's going to be interesting. So it's like, why not? I'm not getting the best energy from them. So I feel like there's a lot of deception in that area. Not all of it, but quite a bit. So there's a canine energy there. There's a little bit of everything. All these constellations have a little bit of everything. So feline, canine, they all have their version of it to some degree. Maybe not exactly as we see it, but yeah, Carina is kind of strange. So it's been 6 years. I could have connected this a long time ago, but I choose not to. So probably a reason for that. Get their point of view, and we'll see what else comes through. Okay, we got avatar.com. Private sessions. The shop here on the 15th. I should be getting through the 15th. Tomorrow. Today I did what I could, but yeah, I'm doing the best I can. Same situation here. Yes. Webinar sign up. Social network. Rabbit. Behind the scenes and a dating site. Letting that go organically, as I said before, 5 other times. There'll be a day when all this stuff will start to get out there more, but not at the moment. So, let's see, alien disclosure timeline correction. So, feel the United Nations when I connected that. I feel like Biden's going to get mad one of these days if he hasn't already because nobody's taking him seriously because he sucks. So, and he's a reflection of our mediocre government. So, yeah. I don't know where that's going to start. I guess people just have to start feeling pain for things to change. So, I guess we'll see. And the health situation here, they're probably going to push this for a couple more years at least. It'll probably break down in some areas, but it feels like they're pushing it as long as they can. So, yeah. All right. So, alien disclosure, energies, timeline correction. So, I feel like we can't tap into the UN. Hopefully, that's hopeful. Yeah. And then Procyon. Procyon Star should be the highlight of the moment, and Carina should be different. So there's talking trees, and Carina Constellation just spoke, but there's talking trees everywhere except for here. Well, we have it here, but we're kind of in the closet of the universe. All right, blessings and disclosure, timeline correction. I guess it makes sense for the UN to come forward because they're kind of screwing around with everything. So that makes sense actually. I wasn't really. I just felt the word timeline correction, which is not a bad thing. Who knows? All right, blessings. Yeah, here's bizarreness for our collective. All right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings, we are the United Nations consciousness. Yes, you're controllers of your reality to a certain extent, not ones to allow speeding up of your ascension, more to slow it down. But that doesn't mean you're not having some kind of progress. Some of, yes, the battles in astral will most likely become more clear in your reality. As the third dimension begins to unravel itself, well, many of you are, yes, going to the fourth and fifth dimensions and further than that. There is a UN in astral, too. It might be more decayed, depends on where you go. There's a nice pristine version, and there's one that's falling apart. I believe many of you are there to take it apart. And you're going to take pieces with you. As momentums, we took it down. So, of course, in astral, you might see the human building block. So we're going to talk about dream worlds of like the human collective, like a tower in astral is like the dreams of the thought patterns of humanity. Maybe not everybody, but quite a few of the mindsets that's here. So it's like going into that dream world and many of you infiltrating it, taking it down, talking to walls that are consciousness or people here, because they don't always want to show themselves. People here don't want to show themselves in astral a lot of times. They want to project themselves as perfect and fine, but some of them are connected to a consciousness that's just a building or many buildings, but we're just giving this to you to something to, clarify what's happening here. It's basically hard-headed consciousness. I mean, you can see even some of these building structures, how strong they are. It's basically like a belief system structure. And same thing in astral. So you're here to break that down or heal it or open the doors, clean it a little bit. Because it can be very headstrong because it feels like that's the only way it should be. It should only be a certain way of thinking. And many of you are here to clear that out. Open up, allow you, because some of you aren't allowed in there. And you go there anyway, and you get ridiculed. And then you'll see religious areas, you'll see Gothic areas. They want this certain type of mindset, even a religious mindset, where it's like living in a bubble. And many of you are here to pop that bubble, at least to show that you exist. Because right now, as you know, you don't seem like you really exist here. Isn't that? I mean, you do, but you don't. I mean, not many people are running over to you so you can have your conversations with them about what you see. You want to open up to another reality. You want to break free. So the reason why we are bringing this up is you can visualize it. Some of you have already seen it. Most of you have, you just don't remember. Especially you don't remember your dreams. And there's infrastructures you break down. And you can see your newer Earth more clearly here. It has not been an easy journey, and it's not supposed to be, due to the mindset here. So one of the reasons why messages aren't always deep is because humanity doesn't want to hear it. Now some do, but most don't. So yeah, I have to take time with it. Kind of like a soft message to break things down. Hey, we're not going anywhere. We'll be easy on you, but we're not going anywhere. So the more you just keep doing what you're doing, eventually it weakens over time. At least the infrastructure, then you'll be heard. So that's what you're doing now. You're kind of waiting for the Tower of Babel to come down. So basically, you're wearing them out, wearing out this reality. As you do more of your, as long as you're here, and many of you are here, you keep putting out this energy pulse. You're just tired of all of this. Of course, you get hits, you get mental blocks, you get attacks, you can't sleep all night. You get unwanted visitations, but you're still continuing with your hard headedness, which is good. I mean, many have incarnated here in the past being hard headed in the physical, but then eventually you woke up from that and want to bring more enlightenment here. You remembered how hard headed people are, so you have to be hard headed yourself so you can handle their backlash. And there's much here. So it's all about vibration, as you know. So yes, you don't have to be on a video or anything. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but you don't have to. It's just your energy alone is like you're a light bright. You are a light energy here, sending it out. And so the internet, the global vibrational internet cannot be shut down. It can be manipulated, it can be hit at times, it can be attacked. But your vibration is pretty much an internet alone. It's a vibrational, a telepathic connection, as you know. So that's been going around for some time. And that's why many of you feel the attacks and all. It's like when you drive by a church and you see the energy, some of you send it love and then you get attacked. Say, hey, look at me, I'm here. And they say, go away. So just to give you a different idea of how things work here. So disclosure, you bring out alien disclosure. You say, I'm an alien, I'm here part of this new energy. I'm not going anywhere. And a timeline correction, you're here to, so you be not necessarily you need to be noticed, by the world, but more of your belief systems noticed by the world, not just aliens and just everything, just the universe, all things that you don't even know about. Just basically a break from this reality. Of course, this world is very much a straitjacket. It has a straitjacket around it. Some here put it on deliberately. They actually put it on themselves. Yes, they shut themselves down. And here to wake them up. Now, some of you have had incarnations here back in the Anunnaki time frames of shutting down humans because they're just too active. It's just too insane. They weren't handling their powers. They're like supervillains. Some of them were. You can go about that however you want, but there's a lot of that in your past. So you're bringing this new vibration. So it's, how do you see it? But if you see building structures, basically it's human consciousness, do not be surprised. It's just the mindset of humanity. And some of you feel like you're there, but you feel isolated and you're not getting anywhere and you feel alone. Yeah, that's how the world works, isn't it? So sending you energies. Brings to you. We know we are. We are calling ourselves a protonic star. We're not going by what is being pronounced on your planet. Yes, we are an energy field. Yes, it comes to your planet often. Basically, we are light beings. We are beings, yes, without a house, a home. Well, the universe is our home. That's a big home. Yes, we're all homeless. We don't have infrastructures. We don't have homes. We don't have clothes. We are energy beings. We can appear as humanoid, yes, very easily. And we feel like that's the way many wish. At least on your world, of course, you need a human interaction, but we can also change our vibrations to canine, feline, whatever it might be. The reason we are reaching out, yes, is realize there are possibilities us into the 12th dimension and beyond. without forgetting yourself. The reason why many of you incarnated here is so you don't forget yourself when you go into the higher realms, because you'd be surprised how many do. They go into higher dimensions and they forget that this world even exists or this realm, the physical realm even exists. And so many are coming here being tortured by this planet. Yes, this world has been not fully forgotten, but forgotten by many. Well, many beings do not want to deal with this place. They don't want to incarnate here. I think you understand why. Well, it's been neglected for a long time. Now, you can look at that any way you want, but there has been a lack of alien energies here. Because, yes, they all pulled, many pulled, not all pulled back, quite a few pulled back. But that made it more difficult. So more darkness came here. But that's not the aliens' fault. That's human decision there. I mean, there was enough energy here for humanity, this planet, to shift in a vibration to a different realm, but chose not to. Instead, it got darker. And many beings didn't even know how to interact with this place anymore. It's like learning another language. It's like they know when they come here, they're going to be a different being altogether. So, yeah, it's higher dimension. As you connect more to the higher dimensions, you'll see that, yeah, there's a lot of false positives there. You'd be surprised how many beings don't know would not know what to do with this place. It's like they'll just send an energy blast to it and call it a day. So if they can't get their act together, I don't know what to do. So I guess you have to incarnate here. Yes, but what if I don't want to? What do I incarnate as? Yeah, dogs don't get treated very well. Of course, even it's funny how higher dimensional beings can channel the energies of your Earth and get paranoid and even get arrogant if that's within them. And yeah, and to see their own darkness, and they don't really like to see that. They'll just go into higher realms and just stay there all day, and everything's pretty decent. They come here, yes, they want to take over the place. And they have. So, yeah, you have to choose right who you're bringing into this world. I mean, some that have recognized their darkness, but also recognize their light, they're the ones that are here helping your world at this time. Those that don't recognize their darkness are not usually the ones helping. You have a lot of new energies here that are assisting people through the spiritual communities, like teachers. And some of them are completely lost and they have no idea. But they look good, they put on a good show, and people fall for it. Well, that's going to eventually end, yes, when more humans begin to unravel themselves into who they are. So, yes, we're just basically an influx of vibration, basically. Yes, the higher dimensions isn't what it's cracked up to be. Well, in a third dimensional realm, many just chose not to have the physical. Now, there are other worlds of physicality, but nothing like yours, because yours got darker and the physical energies got denser. And that's why our bodies aren't as strong as they used to. They're strong, but they're still frail. So if you have a more of a fifth dimensional energy here, which you do, but it's hard to see it. It's really hard to. It's basically humans connected to their superpower. You know, maybe you can run fast, like almost the speed of light. You can walk through walls. That's more of a higher dimensional, fourth dimension energies that you're working towards, but obviously have not fully achieved it. Well, it's the mindset here, the fear of it, not within many of you, but within society itself. Society itself is kind of like a virus, it's just the mentality, the thinking is like a parasitic energy of thinking you can't do anything. And sometimes it is correct. We're here to heal that mindset, which is not easy. Yes, there are reptilian beings here. There's many different beings here that become very human-like. The tall whites have not. They have kept to themselves. So you're basically breaking free of the old ideas of humans. Yes, bringing 12th dimensional energy. Now, you can bring in a 12th dimensional energy here, but it doesn't mean they know how to give good advice. You can connect to their energy, but they're not always the best advice givers. Not really. If you want something, just go for it. But that's not always the best answer for some people. And they always take the same answer and just give it to everybody. I mean, they're so busy opening up their chakras, going into higher realms, seeing how far they can go to higher dimensions, who they can spy on, who they can learn from, because spying isn't so much of a crime in the higher dimensions, and who they can. Yeah, there's a lot of predators in the higher dimensions. Well, it's more open, nobody cares. So there's a lot of spying. Some of you have been there. Yes, and some of you brought, you close that off. Because it gets kind of out of hand. It's the higher dimensions is like a nudist colony. Sometimes it's like, you know what, you need some privacy every once in a while. It can get kind of, and there are of course agendas there also. Yes, no matter what dimension you go through, there's always going to be some kind of problem. Yes, you go to a dimension where everybody's nude, naked, and still trying to figure themselves out. It's like, can you solve your problems in the nude? Well, some can. I believe some are here trying to do that also, nudist colonies, and sometimes they're successful with it. Because, like, I can't solve my problems, but if I'm naked, I can solve all my problems really easily. Those are the higher dimensions. Are you prepared? Yeah, in human form. Why not? I mean, obviously, it's not the physical form as you have, it still looks human. It's close enough. Especially in the higher dimensions, like, look, this is what a human looks like. What do they do with all this stuff? 5 fingers. What do you need 5 fingers for? What the hell is that for? I thought 2 was good enough. Then you got 3 and 5. They have 5 fingers. That's, You could spend like a week having a conversation just about that. It's like, maybe what do they do with that pinky? I mean, usually 3 is normal for some. It all depends. Yeah, some higher dimensional beings can be really stupid too. I think some of you have run into quite a lot of that. Yeah, they can have a conversation about 3-fingered beings for 2 weeks, maybe a year. That's when you're real. Yeah, that's be surprised. Blessings. Greetings to you. I'm Agnes from the Carina Constellation. Yes, we have many worlds that are similar to yours, not to this dimension of low vibration, but we have some that are very hard-headed worlds that we send our people. Yes, some of them are like cult leader type of beings. Yes, I feel like they have all the answers when they have no answers at all. They're very hypnotic in their ways. Some of them are Anunnaki-like, where they basically found a way to hypnotize others. And yes, they say they're higher vibration, but they do come to your world to actually lower the vibration, actually put control systems on your world. So those that are doing this will become more clear. Yes, I see success, but success can be very deceiving on your planet, especially in the spiritual realms when you feel like you're in a safe place and you find out that you're not. That's another control system similar to your religions. So I feel many of them are going to start seeing their awakening eventually, as more humanity wants to learn about itself. Humanity is not always aware how deep it can go within itself. It feels like it can go to a certain extent, but not realize, yes, spirit guides and higher selves and all of that. But there's much deeper. Basically, you are the spirit guide of your spirit guide. You're the one that brought them into this. And some of them are canine beings, some of them are cat beings. And sometimes your spirit guide can also project itself here as a cat, meaning you have a cat that's your cat, but it's also a spirit guide. It's like a soul split there. So it wants to be there in the physical with you too, not necessarily. And sometimes they can be a sister or brother too. And some of you are spirit guides to your own parents. Like you feel like you're a parent of your parent, and some of you are spirit. Yeah, you are and you sometimes disguise yourselves like, "Oh, I am an Andromedan being as a spirit guide," when in truth it's your physical son or daughter. It's just they, as soon as they know that, it's like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" At least in the physical self, will see that. It's like, no, that doesn't work like that. So even a kitten can be a spirit guide, and so forth. So yes, you're here to, yes, wash, clear out the old belief system of spiritual growth. Yeah, some of you have been part of the Anunnaki for building infrastructures here, and there are Anunnaki worlds that are similar to this planet, but it's locked down. What do you want to learn about? Yes, it's kind of like a laboratory. They want to see how the lab rats act. And that's pretty much what's happening here. And some are kind of cruel to humanity because they wanted to keep you part of the system. But as you start breaking free of it, because they know you're going to break free eventually. So, yes, you can say humanity is treated like a bunch of lab rats. You don't have to look at it that way, but it's kind of like that. Now, you don't have to be that rat. You don't have to be that guinea pig. You can say, I'm better than that. And many of you have, but obviously many have not. They go by what they're being told, at least by the mainstream systems. So many of you are trying to figure out what the true answer is of all of this, and it's basically yourself. I have the answers. It's just reaching it. There's not always the right time for certain answers because it does hit the vibration of the earth, and you have your awakening, a thought, and it goes through the earth's timelines, and other people have had the same thought as you did. They have the same type of awakening, at least for the journey of the soul. So some of you do hold yourself back. You're waiting for others to catch up to you. That you're just part of your soul group because you want to stay connected to them. So when you talk to them, when you really connect with them, you're all kind of on the same page. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but you're connected to your soul group even when you're not know who they are. And then when you finally do meet them, oh look, we're all talking in the same language. And some of you have already experienced that. More of that will come through. You're just going into a different type of awakening. Yes, we will see another moon outside your planet, possibly other suns. Some of you might even say 8 suns. Of course, those are different dimensions of Earth, dimensions of the universe itself. I mean, you're seeing other versions of Earth also. There are versions of Earth that are white, blue, and green. You are on a blue planet, of course. Of course, there's a light blue Earth, also very light. That's more of a higher frequency Earth. So the white Earth is very fascinating because it is more of a connecting more to itself, to its source energy. Of course, there's different races of people here. Some people that are blue, greens, yellow people, yellow, and so forth. So yes, this world does have a hint of reptilian to kind of keep. That's why some races of people are darker than others, because if you have a bunch of blue people walking around, as nice as that would be, and that can't happen again where the vibrations shift into a higher frequency. We do see people's hair color changing, but also the skin color shifting as you shift into another vibration. It's just it's a slow growth, as you can see. Our civilizations, yes, are kind of cruel to each other. Yes, we do have worlds that, yes, clone versions of Earth. Alpha Centauri has many versions of your planet because they're trying to figure your planet out. So they have worlds that are kind of guinea pig planets. We're trying to figure out how to basically sustain. Alpha Centauri played a big role in keeping your world alive. While other races feel like this world's lowering their vibration, many beings decided to stay here and protect your Earth from destroying itself. It might be called. It's funny. You're here to assist a planet. You are a higher dimensional being, but you're seen as a lower vibrational being for assisting this planet. Some beings are like that, and some of you have already interacted with people like that. There's just a lot of deep understanding here that has not been received. Yeah, there's a lot of soul growth there that's not been that is hard to understand. But yes, you are going to go outside your planet eventually. Not just your astronauts, but you as people. But first, of course, you have to solve a lot of your Earth problems here. And you're so yes, there's going to be not worldwide wars. There's going to be minor wars here and there. There has to be for a change. Not to say you have tanks on the street or anything, but society has to break itself down. It has to break away from its old self. So it's going to be, and it's hard. It's a hard change.